Welcome to the Collab Education channel, your destination for sophisticated content knowledge and innovative teaching practices. As pioneers in the education industry, our goal is to revolutionize and reignite the teaching profession. Our cutting-edge maths and literacy content is specifically designed for foundation phase teachers who are dedicated to reshaping the current education landscape. This animated module has been taken directly from our mobile app and is part of our freemium package. With a new piece of content released every week, you will have access to top quality, user-friendly ideas right at your fingertips. This animation is part of our Grade 1 mathematics content. Join us on this exciting journey of education innovation and excellence.
Because the focus of this lesson is on classifying and sorting objects, have the children participate in a warm-up activity that requires them to match. When children match objects, they are focusing on the sameness of an attribute. Matching nurtures children's reasoning skills as they are required to move past simply observing attributes. They need to identify what attributes are shared between objects. It is important that the children express what these similarities are. Play a game called memory matching. Create a set of cards that are big enough for the children to see when you hold them up or stick them to the board. Working within the number range that the children have been taught, create cards with numerals and a matching set of cards with images. For example, a card with the numeral 2 should have a matching card with a picture of 2 rhino on it. Stick the cards onto the board in rows face down. Explain to the children that the objective is to find a card with the numeral that matches a card with that number of images. Have individual children point out the cards for you to turn over. If they match, turn them the right way around. If they don't match, they should be placed face down again. The children are therefore having to memorize the location of a card. The aim is to find all of the matching cards. It is important to say the numeral as you turn the card over, as well as to count the number of objects on the cards with pictures on them. Once all the cards have been correctly matched, select children to put the cards in numerical order. Read through the numbers with the class, pointing at the numeral as you go. Count both forwards and backwards. Learning to sort is an essential step towards developing mathematical skills, forming an important part of every child's developmental journey. Children need to learn to identify and describe attributes by matching, sorting, comparing, and ordering before they can engage in more complex skills such as number. Children learn best by investigating and manipulating concrete materials, so keep these initial data handling lessons as practical as possible. Classifying and sorting activities help children to develop a range of thinking skills and build foundations for problem solving. Being able to identify patterns and observe similarities and differences assists children in learning about early number representation. By this stage, the children should have been presented with opportunities to sort objects according to their own criteria. You need to spend time teaching your children how to sort objects according to stipulated criteria. It is important that they are taught to look for specific attributes. This lesson is comprised of 2 activities. For the first activity, place a set of objects onto a table to sort, for example, buttons. Try source a wide variety of buttons, including different colors, different sizes, and different shapes. The children will all need to see the buttons, so you may find that placing the buttons onto the mat instead of a table is more suitable. Begin the sorting process by playing a game called What Am I Thinking? Start sorting the buttons, but do not tell the children how you are sorting them. You could start by sorting the buttons into colors. Let the children share what characteristic they think you are sorting by. As soon as they have figured out this attribute, begin sorting by a different characteristic, for example the sizes or shapes of the buttons. Talk through their observations, taking the opportunity to develop their language and mathematical vocabulary skills. For the second activity, you will need to have set up a series of sorting stations ahead of the lesson. Each station should comprise of a variety of objects the children need to sort according to specified criteria. The children can work in groups, moving from station to station. We have provided 6 suggestions on how you might have the children sort objects. You should adapt these suggestions to suit your resources. 1. 2D or 3D shapes could be sorted according to their number of sides or faces. You could simplify this by specifying that these shapes are sorted by those that have 4 sides from those shapes that do not have 4 sides. 2. Provide a selection of textured materials. Have the children sort these according to being smooth and rough. 3. Provide pictures of different food types and have the children sort them according to healthy foods and unhealthy foods. 4. Have pictures detailing a variety of completely different objects. Have the children sort them according to color or probable weight. 5. Have the children sort images of animals according to whether they hop, run, or fly. 6. Have the children sort pictures of everyday objects by material. Are they made of glass, plastic, wood, or metal? The children should initially be sorting objects into 2 groups. When you are confident that the children are comfortable doing this, you can introduce a third attribute. For example, the children could sort shapes according to squares and non-squares. A third category of color could then be introduced. The children would then need to sort the shapes into squares, non-squares, and red squares. While the children are working, ask them the following questions and document their responses. How did you sort your objects? What was your thinking? How did you group the objects? What characteristics did you choose to observe? How were your objects similar? How were your objects different? Which group had the most objects? How many objects were in this group? Is there another way that you could have grouped these objects? Once the children have sorted a set of objects, have them draw their findings. Drawing enables children to make connections between what they see and what they do. Children cannot always express themselves using words, so drawing forms an important communication tool. Having the children document their work also provides insight into what they have learned or may still need to learn. Provide the children with the opportunity to report back on their findings. Sharing their observations with the class is an important part of the learning process.
Thanks for joining us today. We hope you found this animated module informative and engaging. Mark your calendars for our next release, airing next week Wednesday at 8 a.m. Central Africa Time. To stay up to date with our latest releases, make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and follow us on all of our social media platforms, including Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and TikTok. We appreciate your support and look forward to sharing our next module with you. Join the Colab tribe today.